Hello, everybody, wherever you may be, from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome back to the Shack in Oregon. This is Ham Radio Live. A lot of people requesting CQ calling to come back, and hey, we'll do our best. We can never count on propagation, but we'll do our best from a flagpole today. Yep, going to be using the Greyline Performance flagpole antenna, U.S. made, U.S. company. And it should be a lot of fun because my neighbors just think it's a flagpole. They don't know it's a ham radio antenna. It's the greatest thing. Wherever you're coming from the four winds of the world, away we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Sorry it took so long. Thanks for the thumbs up. That's always nice to see when you first start. It's like, thumbs up. Thanks. Appreciate it. Welcome back. We're going to do our best to CQ calling. Been a while. Been a long time. And, you know, we're kind of a little bit of a compromised antenna. Now, I have worked this antenna from New Zealand to Europe, so I know it works well, but you never know about propagation, and we're kind of in an iffy spot here. Before we start, let me first say hello. John Hummelnewell, first in the house from Canada. Welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. First one in. John, you did it again. How about that? That's great. Patriot Canadian, there's two Canucks in here right away. He's right after John. Hi, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming, mate. Thanks for coming to the show. Hi, Sean. Alpha India, 7, Echo Quebec. Good to see you. Hello to you as well. We'll see if we make a call today. We're going to try and work. If we do it, probably 80 meters. Okay, so we'll give it a shot. Okay, the antenna will work. JJ, it's Jeff in Canada. Welcome. Good to see you, my friend. Adrian is here. My gosh, from Wales. It's midnight, your time. Congratulations. Wow. Thanks for coming, mate. And look. Andy from the UK is here too. Mike 7, X-Ray Tango Tango. Man, what a joy it is. It's late your time. Thanks, guys, for coming. I appreciate it. The whole purpose of what we do here. Think about if you had a talk show about radio, you could take part in and be a part of because you are a part of it. I mean, these 5 guys or 6 guys, John and Patriot Canadian Ham and Sean, Jeff, Aaron, Andy, they're all part of the show. They are. And we talk about radio, ham radio, shortwave, CB. We did CB today. We just have fun with our favorite hobby. And so we're grateful that you come. If you do want to be in ham radio, let me suggest a radio club to you. Just going to do one. Contact the Radio Society of Great Britain at www.rsgb.org. Hit the Contact Us bar. They're going to find a radio club close by to you that can help you get your license. Just make sure and get a hold of them first. It's the best way to do it, okay? So I want to tell you real quick, before we go too much further, if you want to know more about ham radio antennas, Callum McCormick he's coming from DX Commander this Wednesday, 20 UTC. That's 8 p.m. in London, noon Pacific time in North America, 3 p.m. in the Eastern Seaboard. Please join us with your antenna questions. He's going to talk about great stuff, ham radio antennas. He's probably, I think he and Steve Dinas from Alpha are 2 studs when it comes to ham radio antennas that really work. So please join us this coming Wednesday. It'll be a fun show. Looking forward to that. Also, Ray Novak from ICOM has told me someone from ICOM Technical Support come talk to you about ICOM radios. That'll be fun. Randy Hall, Kilo 7 Alpha Golf Echo, comes on October 30th to help you with your ham shack. Fred Denton, Whiskey 4 Lima Lima from BeLoud.us. Talk about how you can run a superstation right from the comfort of your home and be the target, literally the target of DX from around the world. My man, Martin F. Jew. Love this man. There's not many people I call Mr. anymore. You get to be in your 50s. Who's Mr.? But this man is Mr. Jew. He is that much respect from me. He's the man who founded MFJ, and he still works there. 49 years. This is his anniversary month, and we're going to celebrate him. And it's coming up on October the 23rd at 20 UTC. Plus, Alex from Cutler Bay, Florida, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform, comes to answer your questions about his ham radio channel, as well as talk about things that will help you in ham radio. That's coming up on November the 6th. Okay. And this is just how I do this. It's not the right way. It's a way to start if you're going to make calls on the radio. Okay. So before we go too much further, we got 22.42 here in Wells. That's the signal report. It tells what MUF they're running. John says, it was your encouragement that helped me get my license. Really? He says it was your encouragement that helped me get my license. John, that really makes me feel good. Thank you. I mean that. Thanks, buddy. You made my day. That's the whole goal of this. So thank you, John. Wow. I'm glad I came now. This is cool. Okay, so a lot of people go to QRZ and they'll take a look at the conditions. They'll say, oh, Can't work 17, can't work 15. It's poor. No, it's not necessarily the case. Hang on a sec. Excuse me. Need a drink of water. It matters about the MUF, and you want to work close to it. Just under it if you can. Okay, take a look here. It shows, the ME degree is excellent, all that. There's another place to look, and that's down at the second line from the bottom of the left. MUF US Boulder, 21.14. Okay, so that's really the low end of 15 meters. So people that work digital, yeah. Can you work, sideband? Possibly. Okay, look deeper. Here's Mike's MUF map. MUF map. Thank you. And you can see where I live in North America. I live in the far northern, the upper corner. Okay, this is 15 meters, but 22 is close. Now, if I was in the southern United States, 26 megahertz, right? So I'm about 15 megs to 22 megahertz, somewhere in there. The key will probably be 17 meters. Looking at this map, probably 17 is about as good as I can work right now based on this information. Another source is a spotter site like DX Heat. You can take a look at DX Heat. There's a lot of other spotter, internet places where you can take a look and see where people are working and what the frequencies are they're working at. You can see 20 meters is really hot right now, where people are working all over the world. So there's different ways to do this. But I think the best way is to really take a look at a good MUF map, understand what, megahertz you can run, and then try and work that. That'll help you. Okay, that's a good way to assist you to start working in ham radio. So thank you. Also, well, welcome back. Now I want to say it right. Is it Yoakum or Joachim? I'm not sure. I don't want to mispronounce it. His call sign is Delta India 3, Papa Whiskey Romeo. And gosh darn it, we're happy to have you. Thanks for coming back. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you. I do appreciate you being here. Thank you. All right. We'll take a look at the 7610. Now, I do have the Ameritron ALS 1306 with me here, and it's going to do some heavy lifting today. We're on 17. However, again, 21 megahertz is close. So what we'll do, we're going to go ahead and on the radio, I'm going to move it over to 21 megs, okay? And I'm way up on 325. I don't want to be that high. I'm going to go about 250, okay? And we'll see if we can make any calls out at 250. If we can't, then we won't. We'll just move down to 17 and so forth, okay? So let me first change antennas and then tune it real quick. I need to use ready for that or some carrier mode. Carrier mode just to tune the antenna, not technically, just basically to make the radio happy with the antenna. So let's key the mic and you'll see the SWR drop. Clicks around, then finally it just goes zoop down. You hear it kind of boom in. So we'll quick tune on the radio and we'll go to SSB and we're on. Let's see how it goes. Yes, I know. Delta Lima 3 PWR. Got it. Thank you. I was trying to do your name. That's all. But thank you. Andy, got to shoot, mate. But up for work at 04:30 in the morning. Wow. Thanks for being here, Andy. Go to sleep. Get some rest, man. Delta Kilo 5, Oscar November Victor from Germany is here. Welcome, my friend. You did it. Congratulations. Well done. Glad. Aaron, Mike Whiskey 7, Oscar Foxtrot Sierra. Larry, have you experienced the FTDX10? Is it a complicated radio to master? Okay. Let's just go back and we'll talk about that. I also want to answer a question from the previous show on the Yaesu FT450D. Because I, for some reason, my mind just went blank, and I'm sorry about that. First of all, on the FTDX10, it's a wonderful transceiver. It really is. It's wonderful. The only knock that I have on it, and Rob Sherwood had the same knock, excuse me, noise gate's a little bit low. Rob Sherwood had the same knock on it, is the ergonomics of the transceiver. It has a large VFO with all these buttons so close that it's really difficult. If you press a button near it, it's going to turn the VFO. So you got to hit the lock button a lot. Or, you use the mouse. Okay. So if you're going to use the mouse, great. But if you're going to touch the buttons, it's real close to tuning dial. That's the only problem with the FTDX10. It has a display port on it, which is great. That's the cheapest new radio out right now that has a display port where you can just plug it in and put it onto a screen as big as you want. So that's nice. Fantastic receiver. Really has a great receiver. Same receiver ergonomics basically as the 101 Delta. Very similar, but it's much smaller. So for a reasonable price, now they're what, $15.99. So the price has come down quite a bit, Aaron. I highly recommend it. I liked mine. I really did. I just, if it was between an FTDX 10 and an FTDX 101D, I'd buy the 101D. And the reason why is the ergonomics on the front of the radio are just so good. It's well designed, really is. Or I'd buy a 7610. This is much easier for me to use than the 101s were. It just is, but it's up to you. It's your preference. So, keep in mind, that's it. As for the 450D from the earlier show, that was a radio and see, I can move my right arm up now. I've worked hard. Rotator cuff surgery is a tough one to come back from. The FT450D is a fantastic super heterodyne radio. It really is. And for whatever reason, I did not quite get the question. I know the radio real well. I think it was the best radio Yaesu had base station wise on the market, period, for the money. It comes standard with a TXCO, so you know that the frequency is going to be stable. It has a remarkable front end on it. For the price, remarkable front end. I love the FT450D. Nothing fancy. There's no big screen on it or anything. It's kind of like working at Kenwood, modern Kenwood, right? There's no screen. But like on a 590, Sugar Golf or 590, same thing. But the receiver is excellent. It really is. So I'm sorry I didn't get that question answered earlier. And it has a great, it has a great transmitter. You get the parametric with it. You get all the bells and whistles pretty much as you get on their higher end rigs. And I think they stopped making it, honestly, because their desire was to get out of super heterodyne stuff, except for VHF, UHF. Look at the radios that Yaesu's knocked off the shelf. They've knocked the 450D off. They've knocked the 1200 off, which was a great transceiver for the money. They knocked the 3000 off, which I think was a big mistake. I think that radio's phenomenal. The 5000 is now gone. That's the best superhead I've ever used. I've used the K3. I've used a ton of super heterodyne radios. That one is so brilliant. I've got one here, and that's the one I don't ever want to sell. I'm really surprised Yaesu got rid of that one. So they knocked all these superheads off, and they're really focusing, it seems like, on SDR, and their latest their latest VHF UHF doesn't even have digital modes on it. I just don't know what Yaesu's doing. I can't figure it out. But they make great transceivers, so I'm not knocking it off. Gunter from Germany, Yaesu 450D is the best President Lincoln that ever entered the market, to be honest. That's worth applause. That's funny. That's hilarious. Gunter, that's awesome, man. Tom, and yeah, this is it. See, 450D is an excellent radio for the price. Used mine in July. Gunter called and made a call with him. So you're not going to miss DX. It's going to work like a champ. It really will. I think the 450D was a big mistake to get rid of. I think the 450D, the 3000, the 5000 were all the ones they should have kept, because what are you going to do? You already got the parts. Parts are probably getting more expensive because, people are moving to SCRs now, but still they're so good. The 3000 is an amazing receiver, just an amazing receiver. And Tom says, yeah, I enjoyed my 450D very much. It's a great transceiver, really is. So if you want a 450D, they're reasonably priced. You can get them for between like $475 now, I think, and $550, somewhere in there. It was an interesting transceiver because it started off like, you get like $595. Then it went like to $625. Then it went way up to $700. And then when they stopped making them, the retailers really jumped the price up. Same thing with the 3000. Remember, the 3000 was like $1,200. And then at the end of the 3000 model run, they were running for $1,799. Yeah, retailers set the market. Will Myers from Wisconsin, Kilo Alpha 8 Golf India Mike. Happy Sunday to you. It's good to see you. My brother Bob, courtesy of WIFI. Hey, Bob, good to see you. Thanks for coming. All right, let's take a look at the rig. And again, looking at the everything, I think we're a little high here, but we'll take a look. We do have somebody here next to us. We'll see. Okay, we're digital there. All right, and I don't want to get too up on 21 because it does make a difference. We'll go 275. Okay, so 275 even, and we'll see if we can make a call. And if we can't, we'll move down, okay? We'll just keep moving down. Okay, hang on a second. Gunter, what a great comment. If I had kept all the radios I love to play with, I need to build a storage place as big as the LA Lakers stadium. That's awesome. Andy is welcome, mate. It's great to, Andy's always better when you're here. You know that. Andy, welcome back. In Great Britain, 2 Echo 0, Romeo Echo Echo. All right, let me check frequency real quick. I got to do this delicately. Hang on. Is this frequency available? Kilo 7 Hotel November. Okay. Hang on. All right. Now see, I'm going to do this once, just so you can hear there's a lot of RF coming from the flagpole. Is this frequency available? K7HM. There you go. So I'm going to try and keep that away from you. It's running about 800 watts. Checking frequency availability. This is kilowatt 7 Hotel November. All right. We'll see if someone can hear us on 15 meters. 21275. CQ 15. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ, any station anywhere from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and streaming on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station anywhere and listening. Just drop the RF gain just a little bit. Okay, we'll try one more. And again, as you can tell, and this is really important, here's current MUFs around North America. I'm right in the line between 15 and 22 megahertz. So that's why we're trying 15 first. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ please, any station anywhere. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station anywhere and standing by. And for those folks that might look at the power meter and say, well, you're not, oops, somebody's trying to come out. See? Look at the waterfall carefully. You see the trail? Let's try it again. Just to let you folks know, all right? The power meter is not going to go very high. Let me show it. We're at 60%, top right, 60%. And the reason why it's there is because it's basically sending 60 watts into the amplifier to make about 900 watts, okay? Remember, the amplifier is going to amplify, but we don't want to use the full power of the radio. It's a delicate balance, so you need to make sure you're not running full power if you're using an amplifier, okay? Let's give it a shot. Whoops. Just move this around here a little too much. All right. Hang on. Let me open the filter up a little bit. All right. Good. And we're at 2.95. I'm going to open it up to 3. Good. All right. Let's give it a shot. We'll see how we do. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ to any station anywhere and listening. Just a second here. Give it one more shot. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ on 15 from Oregon. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and standing by. All right. So, and that's what I kind of thought. We go to 15 meters. We're kind of right on the edge. We're right on the edge of what will work. And so from this point, we're going to, we'll move down. So I want to say hello first from North Boston, New York, underneath the oak tree. That's where the dogs always bark. Here he is, Scott, Kilo Charlie 2, Charlie Alpha Delta. Welcome back, buddy. It's good to see you. Patriot Canadian made an attempt to purchase a 450D from the UK, was unsuccessful, cannot find one in Canada. Be patient. You know what? Be patient, my friend. You'll find one. They don't come, the places to look that I would look at, QRZ and QTH. QTH Classifieds is really good. Just be really careful. Make sure you know your seller. Get a phone number. Make sure you've got someone real that's not trying to scam you. But yeah, you should be able to find a 450D. Just be really patient, or put a wanted ad. But I always am nervous with wanted ads because scammers look for that. So just make sure you get a good one. Gunter's waving the hand into the crowd. Tom, upset I missed the CB topic live stream. His favorite CB was the President Washington and my grandmother's old realistic Navajo base station. Giving my age away now, Tom. That's a great comment. That really is. Gunter from Germany had the Herb unit in Washington for a long time. Welcome, Greg. Kilo Fox 0, Charlie Union Zulu. The show's for you, mate. That's why we came back to do it. I remember you saying, can we please do CQ calling again? So we'll give it a shot. Scott, my buddy, talked me into downloading an SSTV program. First time ever with SSTV. That's really cool. That's a neat skill to have. It's touchy, but you can do it. You really can. It's really a neat way that hams communicate. Hi again to Henry Casely. Welcome to the show, Henry. It's great to see you. Good evening. John Richmond. That's good. I hope I'm saying your name right. Gene Richmond, first timer coming to Ham Radio Live. Welcome. He says HR 2510, still my favorite, and his call sign Kilo Bravo 1 Oscar. Yeah, it's neat how you remember that, right? You go back down memory lane, which I think it's really cool. I love the CB show. The CB show may be my favorite because it goes back in time to when we remember our first beginnings, right? When we first broadcasted, first made calls to people, I should say. That's such an exciting time. You're welcome, Henry, and thank you. It's my honor to have you. Thank you so much. Yep, good stuff. Tom says MSSTV, let it run. Use virtual cable and log 8 into a web SDR station on 14230 and see the QSO cards appear. That's pretty cool. Gunter never tried slow scan television in his whole life. He says, Scott, there's a lot of stuff you need to know before getting started with it. But Scott, if you have the passion for it, you can do it. Anything in ham radio is possible if you want to do it. I'm still working on CW. All right, let's get back to it. We'll see if we can make a call. We're going to move down to 17, which should be more reasonable for us here. Hold on a second. Let me check frequency, make sure we're not talking on somebody. Again, just good practice to listen and make sure you're not talking over somebody else. Move up the reference a little bit. And you can see a little bit of the signals coming in from other stations. Bring it down a little bit. All right. And like I always say, I guarantee I'm going to work this radio differently than you do, so bear with me. We're at 18147. Let me first tune and turn the amplifier out of operate mode, because you never want to tune, whether you're using a tube or solid state amplifier, you never want to tune a radio, hit the tuner button when the solid state or tube amplifier is engaged. Always turn it off, meaning don't turn the power off. But there's a way you can turn actually the amplifier portion of that portion of the amplifier on or off. Make sure it's not in the operate position when you tune, because you can hurt it. All right, here we go. I don't like that. Hold on. Oh, we're good. Okay, so SWR is fine. And we will now go back to SSB and look at the signals up here. So we'll be at 147. And let me just check frequency. We're pretty close to somebody, but I think we'll be all right. Checking frequency availability, Kilo 7, Hotel November. Checking frequency availability, Kilo 7, Hotel November. Yeah, Cuba's still on a couple of bands on 40, couple of frequencies still there. A good way to find that, by the way, Patriot Canadian Ham, just go to Kiwi SDR. Go to Kiwi SDR and then type in on the search place, Boca Raton. Hit enter and then go to 40 meters. Start at 7105 and then you'll just see it. Real easy to find. Yep. Kiwi SDR and then go to Boca Raton, Florida. CQ on 17. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and streaming live on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and standing by. Have somebody close by there to the left. You may make a QSO with those if you can't make a QSO here. CQ on 17, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. Kilo 7 Hotel November, any station, anywhere, and listening. I don't have much there. Again, using the Gray Line Performance flagpole antenna, but the thing works like a champ. So let's move this over. We're going to kind of click to the signal right here. See? RFI. There's some good digital. For you digital fans. Okay. It's a contest weekend. I don't like to go to 420 right now, but we'll take a look. See if anyone's up high. You can hear the gain come right in from that. Again, the first antenna, let me just let you hear the gain difference. It's kind of interesting. Okay, the first one, okay, is the Chameleon MPass 2.0 vertical. It's a great remote vertical. Listen to the gain change on the receiver when I go to the flagpole. Okay, here is the Chameleon, and here's the DX flagpole, the Gray Line Performance flagpole. Listen. That's the difference in gain. Isn't it something? All right, let's quickly tune. Whoops, hello. Hold on, little feller. Here we go. Hang on a second. Let me get this out of operate from the amplifier, and we'll quickly tune. Okay, that's good. Tune again from the rig and go to SSB. And I turn the reference down just a little bit so I can see weak signals. That's pretty much it. All right, let's give it a shot, and we'll see if somebody can call here on 20. Hopefully we can. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Okay. And I do that first with the amplifier not engaged purposely. I do it because I want to hear my voice peaks on SWR. I want to make sure it's less than 2-to-1 with a solid state amp. If you have a tube amp, they can handle 3-to-1, but 2-to-1 for solid state. It stayed under 2-to-1, so I'll turn the amplifier on. All right, let's give it a shot. Checking frequency availability. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Okay, it's 1 kilowatt. And our power out is 60 watts. Hi to Wendy in state of Florida. That is awesome. Whiskey 4, Lima Sierra. Welcome, Wendy. Happy Sunday evening to you there in Florida. Look at this, Ham Radio Alaska. This is great. Listening from Alaska, the bands are dead today. Yeah, I think so too. It is. And it's interesting you mentioned that because that's a great comment. I want to put this back on the screen. This is Ham Radio Alaska. This is a great comment. Listening from Alaska, but the bands are dead today. Let's take a look at the MUF map. Look at this. All the way to Alaska, 15 megahertz. But it's if you take a look, at this, it's like, well, there's not a whole lot to work with. Even for us down here in North America in the northwestern part, 15 megahertz. This is about as good as it gets. Well, Al Gross is here. Hi, Al. Whiskey Bravo Zero, Alpha Lima, Bordentown, New Jersey now. He's a truck driver. Tuned in. While it may be 2021, I'm still kicking and screaming into the 21st century. That's great. I'm trying to set up the ICOM ID 4100. It's only a hobby, only a hobby, only a hobby. Al, welcome. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. And by the way, Ham Radio Alaska, first time welcome. We always give applause to first timers. Welcome. All right. So we're on 20, and that should work for us. We'll see if we can make a call. We're at 14,318. So 14,318. Generals, you can take part. And we'll see if we can make a call, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Bands are pretty rough. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere, from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon, and streaming on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ on 20 and standing by. I wanted to show you the amplifier where it was at. So there you go. So you can see right now 60 watts from the ICOM is making about 1,000 watts from the ALS 1306. Give one more shot. CQ from Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ for any station anywhere. From Oregon, this is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station anywhere and standing by. Just bring up the RF gain till it comes on the screen. We'll try one more call. I don't want to burn your ears out. We'll try one more call. Just bringing down the reference a little bit so it's not so hot. Hang on a second. There we go. CQ, Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ and listening. Yep, and that's conditions. I mean, it's just the way conditions are right now. It's not the greatest. Got a guy right here. We'll see if maybe call here. Now,
don't get me wrong. I have some tuners. They're auto tuners, but they're in a sealed military backpack.
Try and tune in a little bit.
It's used to tune it for portable operation with a very short antenna. It's a terrible compromise. But if the band's open, it works. You're talking to the wind.
Just tuning out some of the noise. Try and bring some of the noise out. We'll bring some noise reduction in. About there, he should be pretty good. And on this, I like the sharp filter. I do. I like the sharp filter better over here. I do. I like the sharp filter down below the mouse. I like it better than the soft. The 7300s do the same thing. Just hear how weak he is. I mean, that's the conditions of the band today. It's really weak. And that's just conditions. Just the way it is. We'll try, let's see. Go back and we'll take a look here. Try to stay in the general portion if I can. So this is just conditions today, guys. It's not the greatest. We have an SFI of 79, which is not the greatest. Everything is pretty rough. Even, you heard the signal report from Alaska, pretty rough. Tom said the same thing. Tom said things were pretty bad as well. So, yeah, it is the way conditions are. Sometimes you make calls, sometimes you don't. And it doesn't matter if you have an amplifier. For people that think, man, if I had an amplifier, I'd make calls. Sometimes conditions don't let you make calls. Yeah, and there you go. See, here's Sean. Nice comment. Henry, that's interesting. The guy on 20 is 5'9" to me here on the center fit dipole. Yeah, and sometimes dipoles, I mean, again, keep in mind, I'm using a flagpole here. That's all I'm using. Nothing special, just a flagpole. That's all. So it just matters on, what you're able to hear. This is just going to be a tough one. All right. So let's not waste time. We have a signal here too. Oh, we did. Again, we're just trying to find somebody to say hello to. And conditions are not great. And wire antenna, I love wires. So, Sean, I get it. Yep. Nothing wrong with a good wire antenna for sure. Tom says, last Friday was poor conditions as well. Only worked 4 contacts while portable, but one was excellent. Got into what was previously called Swaziland. That's cool. That's cool, Tom. Yeah. And sometimes that's the way life is. I mean, in ham radio, I mean, you got to work a radio. That's it. You've got to work it. Gunter says, I had less contacts with the full-size G5RV and a kilowatt amp running from the club station as I had with just 100 watts and a non-directional from the fields. Exactly. Yeah. Totally agree. All right. So this is pretty weak here on 20 right now. At least here in North America, it's not the greatest off my antenna.
59 plus into Southern California, as far south as you can get, pretty much.
Should be able to make this call. Kilo 7 Hotel November. See if he hears us. If not, we'll go down to 40. Slower, less calls. Holy moly. Look at this call. Look at this guy right here. That's a good call. This one might work. By the way, thanks for coming today. We brought back CQ calling. It's been a long time since we've done it. And my problem is having the surgery I just had. I have an antenna issue that needs to be addressed out in the backyard, but I can't do it. So we're using right now the Greyline Performance antenna, which is not a bad antenna. It's a great antenna. It's just that right now it's conditions. We don't have great conditions. And thank you, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it. Gunter, with probably the comment of the show, I think. Wires work great. They do. Nothing wrong with wire antenna. I took mine down to please my neighbors. And we may have a non-English speaking person here, so. Let's move. We'll be small. We'll be short distance now. So, during the daytime, 40, 500 miles, 600 maybe. It's just the way it is. It's not going to go far. So I'm going to turn the amplifier, disengage it. Again, the amplifier is on. It's like turn it out of operate because I'm going to tune the antenna. Make sure and protect the finals of your amp. So key the mic on like radio teletype or FM or AM or CW, whatever you choose, but something the carrier. Okay. So it's going to tune. Oops, sorry. That's the antenna in the backyard. Here we go. Should tune pretty well. So we're tuning on 40 meters on a simple flagpole. That's all we're doing. It's trying to find a solution. It's working on it. Doggone it, it's working on it. I'm going to stop right now. I don't want to run it too long with a high SWR. Okay, so we're going to go up out of the digital portion here, up to the general. There we are. Oh, hello. Perfect. And we'll tune real quick, just micro tune with the rig, and let's see if we can make a quick call to somebody. Again, now we're on 40. Let me turn off the noise reduction so I don't blow your ears out. Boy, it sounds like a narrow. It is. That's way narrow. I was going, man, that sounds like a narrow filter. It is very narrow. Look at that. Very, very narrow. Yeah, that's not where you want to be. It's too narrow. So we're going to open the filter up a little bit and use, make sure that we're good. I want to bounce this out to about 3K. So 3 kilohertz wide on the receive, and listen to the difference now. So you could hear the difference when we were way down. We're at 2.1. Listen to the difference in 2.1 and 3. We'll go to 3 first. For newcomers, here's 3 kilohertz wide. and it goes down. You can just hear the band squeezing. Hear it? Yeah, that's squeezing the band, and that's trying to get noise out. But again, you want it wide to start with because you want to hear everything you can. All right, so we're tuned. Wow, it was really quiet. I know I'm going off of the general portion here, but we're trying to make a call. And it's easier just do it this way. Digital. Of course it would be. You gotta laugh while you can, right? All right, again, keep in mind, for extras, the lowest you can go, at least we'll get some educational out of this. Okay, the lowest you can go is going to be 7.127 because, 7.128, excuse me. Because you have to be 3 up. Remember, your signal, the FCC figure is going to be 3 kilohertz wide. So the lowest part of the band plan in North America is 7.125. Even if you hear a signal below that, you cannot, by band plan rules, pick it up. You're not supposed to. So the low end is 7.128. The high end would be 7.130 because that's the edge of the band, but you're going 3 kilohertz down. So that makes a difference. And Tom, great comment. This is really good. Every antenna type has its advantages. For me, a rhombic would be great, but need the space. Another nice wire. Yeah, me too. And I'll tell you, to be honest, I would seriously love to have my ZS6 BKW, center fed dipole back up. It was at 48 feet, right in the top of my roof. So literally, it was just screaming. It was a great wire. And my neighbors started complaining, so I had to take it down. I did it to be a good neighbor, but they're not going to take down the directional when we get the urban beam up there. So when that goes up, I've already warned them, hey, there's going to be a directional antenna on a tower up on my roof, and I'm sorry, if you don't like it, go look the other way. So that's what, they know. I'm missing a great antenna right now, so bear with me, folks. And generals, you start here. This is your lowest point on 40 meters, 7.178. Remember, 3 kilohertz down pushes 7.175. The band plan in North America says you have to be 3 kilohertz higher than that. Okay, let's try on 7580, and we'll see if we can find somebody. Let me just trick this off operate. There we go. And we will quickly change antennas. Look at all the signals. Look at the signals. They're everywhere. Okay. And we will go. I was already there. Just a second. Let me make sure I'm not stepping on somebody. A lot of RFI here. All right. Tune. And this antenna is interesting because it's 24 feet. I could have went higher with it. That's something I could have done. But what I did do was I kept 4-foot segment off of it. This would have helped 80 meters for this. 24 feet, it may not be long enough to be really good here. That's just the way it works. Okay. So let me quickly check something because I do have another antenna that I can use. The question is going to be hooking it up. Just give me a second here. Let me kind of grab it out from underneath things. And we're going to try a different antenna. Just a second. Put this over here. Unscrew that. Put this here. Now, what I love on 80 is if I use this wire is still good, and this is Callum McCormick DX Commander vertical. So we're going to move to antenna 1. And this is Cal's antenna, his DX Commander Classic, which I have found to be brilliant. Okay, you should be able to hear the difference pretty quickly when I turn the volume up. Now we're on the flagpole. Listen when I go now to antenna 1. Here it is. See how it quiets down? The noise isn't there, but it's going to work because I've cut it right for 80 meters. This is one antenna that still works. So we'll tune it real quick. See, we're just under 3 to 1. We can make the tuner do all the work. So, let's see if we make a call to somebody. Always people on 75 and 80. It's not good. Ain't gonna work, is it? Oh my. It's not a happy day. Hold on a second. Let me see if we can find anybody. Yeah. Got a question here from Joachim, and I could say it wrong. I don't mean to. You sure antenna's? Yes, it's definitely connected. No question. Listen to the difference. Here's antenna 1, and we'll move to antenna 2. There. It's a lot of noise. So yeah, it's definitely connected. Both are. This is the DX Commander flag. This is the DX Commander vertical. Excuse me. I also have it cut though for 17. So yeah, tune's fine on 17. So we're on DX Commander, his regular vertical. And strangely enough, because remember, 21 meters is a harmonic of 7 megahertz. It's the third harmonic, so it'll tune for 21 as well. Okay, watch. See, just tuned. I don't think 21 is going to run this far, but we'll see. Now we're on Callum's antenna. Big signal right there. Hold on. Got someone tuning. Alex, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. See, Alex has the antenna that I have. Actually, he's got it up. I don't have mine up. That's Alex Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform coming to the channel on November 6th, talking about his channel here on YouTube. And we're honored he'll come. He has the urban beam already on his roof. I'm waiting to get that on my roof and just being patient. So, again, we're using Cal McCormick's DX Commander Classic, and we're way on the digital portion now. So I'm going to go to 17. All right. I absolutely love this antenna. Cal makes a great product, the DX Commander. Find him on DX Commander here on YouTube, or just search DX Commander antennas on your internet search browser, and you'll find him. He's great. Fantastic what he does. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Oops, thought he was done. Give me a second.
Antennas are mostly Tango Alpha 6-3 November, 6-element beam, but only 3 elements active, 6 meters through 20 meters, and it's up to 72 feet. So nice to have everything up and wired and grounded and incorporated into the station here. It's a sorely needed upgrade to the overall setup here. I'm mesmerized by the spectrum scope on the 7300. That's eye candy for me. Go ahead.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. Excuse me for the noise, guys. That's just RF coming from Cal's antenna. Because it's a great stick. If you want to get a really well priced antenna that works great, DX Commander, find it, a classic. It's really well priced too. All right, since we're calling CQ, let's try and we'll move. I'm just going to move up a little bit away from all these folks, hopefully. We're 62. And let me tune one more time just to make sure. Good. I'm going to turn down the reference just a little bit. All right. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'll give you an idea. That's from Cal's antenna, and it's at 100 watts. I could do the same thing from the flagpole, and you wouldn't hear it. That's just how much power it puts out when you cut the radios good. If your radios are cut good, you'll love it. Checking frequency availability, Kilo 7 Hotel November. See how flat the SWR stays? CQ on 17. This is K7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ. Any station anywhere. From Oregon, this is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ and listening. Somebody. Oh, that's somebody there.
Whiskey 7, Hotel Uniform.
You see, Alex came through so I wouldn't get skunked. Is that cool or what? Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. I'm going to give you a 5x7, 5-7 here in Oregon, all the way from Cutler Bay, Florida. Brother, you saved me from being skunked. Thank you.
Hotel November. This is Whiskey 7, Hotel Uniform. Over.
QSL, Roger. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. Microphone back to you. Over. He may not be hearing me.
Okay, brother. Well, signal is low. You're 5, 4, 54, 5 and 4. Over.
Okay. QSL, man, you're about a 5'7", 57, 5'7" here into Oregon. QSL? Whiskey 7, Hotel United, Kilo 7, Hotel November, 5x7, 57, QSL? Yeah. QSL, thank you, Alex. Whiskey 7 Hotel United, Kilo 7 Hotel Uniform. You're the good guy. This is K7 Hotel November. We'll go QSY. Thanks, Alex. Good man. You know, and that tells you something really important. It really does, because, you know, we can talk a lot about radio and what to use and which radio and what's best and all that. And it's just such a bunch of talk. The radio you like is the radio you should buy. It doesn't matter. They're so good today. If you like a certain radio, you want one, get one. That's what you should get. And don't let anybody else tip you off and think, you know, gosh darn, I should have got that instead. No. The best thing is to try it out first. You try it out first, you're doing great. But keep in mind, conditions are what conditions are. That's it. I mean, I have a radio antenna in the back that works well. That's the DX Commander, except for 2 wires are not quite right, and I want to make them right. So they don't work so well. The flagpole, it works pretty well. It's actually done me very well from across Pacific, but it really screams on 40 meters. The thing is absolutely a rock star, but it's too early really to use 40 meters here in North America, at least here in the Pacific time zone. Let me try one other thing real quick before we go. Let me try it, and we'll move over to the rig and see what 20 looks like. A second. So we'll try 20 on the antenna down in the backyard, and we'll see if maybe we can tune. I don't think we can, but we'll give it a shot. Hey, we did. Nice. Now I feel good. All right. Because you trust certain antennas. This one I trust because I built it. This is the, should be the maritime net here still. By the way, Alex, thank you, buddy. Well done. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you very much, brother. Great Lakes Reliance, that's Rob. He's in Michigan, Kilo 8, India Bravo X-Ray. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Again, this is the maritime net that's on 20 meters, always at 14.300. Used to be a station called KHU that used to do that, all the time. So I don't like to be on the 5s or the 0s, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see if maybe we can make a tune. Great. That makes me relieved. Let's see if we can make a call real quick. Probably going to get some feedback. Let's see. Is this frequency available? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Just using 100 watts. Yep. So we're going to do this without the amplifier because I've got the amplifier hooked to the Greyline Performance antenna. CQ on 20, Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ, any station, anywhere from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station, anywhere and standing by. Boy, there's someone there. Yeah, you can just barely hear him. Okay, we're going to just stop because I've had enough now. That's the way life goes. By the way, thank you so much, Alex. Appreciate you for what you did. Thanks for making the call. Directional makes all the difference in the world, really does. And again, Joachim, thank you, brother, for being here too. We appreciate you coming to the channel. Thank you so much. Sometimes things happen. And just to tell you the whole story here so y'all know, I had a rotator cuff replacement done 3 weeks ago, and it's going to be a 6-month recovery. Well, unfortunately, the antenna that's in the backyard, the DX Classic, my mind, sorry, the DX Commander Classic antenna had a little problem with one of the radios, and I tried to fix it before my surgery, but I just quite didn't get the cut right, and so a little bit of problem with it. But we also have really crummy conditions right now. Better for 40, especially at night. Take a look. And this is probably pretty accurate today. I would say it is. Even looking at the MUF, in our area before doing the show, 15 megahertz in my area was really open. So that would leave 20 meters and down. And you want to work close to the MUF. That's important. When you're working a ham radio, you want to work as close as you can to the MUF. So the MUF, say it's at 22.8 megahertz. Try and work 15 meters, right there on 21.5 or 21.6, whatever, but work work there on 15 meters. If it's down around 18.7 megahertz, work 17 because you can work it. Try and work close to the MUF. It's going to help you with your signal. It just works better. So if you've got a good antenna that's got a great takeoff angle, you should do well. And what's nice about Callum's DX Commander Classic is the height. It's perfect for like 40 and 20 and 17 is brilliant. It's about 31 feet, something like that, 32. But it's great, and it works like a champ. So I highly rate it. It's my favorite ham radio antenna. It really is. I'm waiting for the Urban Beam to get here, and once that gets here, man, it'll be a ball. It would be. It'd be a ball. So let me check your comments, and I do want to make sure and honor all of you who've commented and come in and all that. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. From Alaska, I just got done helping a friend put up his 5-element Mosley Yagi, 89 pounds of aluminum into the sky. See the music video I just posted on my channel. Wires are so much easier in bands, but yes, I completely agree. I miss my ZS6 BKW wire antenna because it just worked well. That's it. Wires are great. Don't get stuck on I don't have enough money to buy a directional antenna. put up a wire, get it 40 feet in the air and watch what it does. It'll blow your mind. It really will. It'll work great. So that's my advice. And for me, still waiting for the urban beam to get finished, but it'll get done when it's time. It'll get done. Alex, sorry, this is Tom from Bahrain. Cheers, Alex. How did you end up with a W7 call? You're in Florida. Was that a vantage choice? And this is interesting because I wondered about this myself because Alex is in Florida. He said, Tom, I used to be CO7HU back in Cuba, so I have a vanity. Okay, there you go. Scott, at Ham Radio Live, Alaska, just subscribe to your channel. I'll have to check it out later. That's cool. That's the way it should be, guys. You know, we're just doing this on YouTube to have some fun. And that's it. And Alex, again, thank you for the call. That's been fun. I appreciate it. You know, sometimes you have an opportunity to make good calls and sometimes you don't. By the way, welcome Michael MMH. First timer, welcome. Nice to see you, Mike. Thanks for coming. You know, we do things about radio. That's what we do. And thank you for that good tour. Appreciate it. Just sometimes it's not meant to be. Bands aren't open, just like this. When the bands aren't open, it's fun watching people try. Yeah, and we all have our way of doing things. And Alex, you bailed me out. Thank you. Robin, Michigan, I hear some guys talking there, not talking English. Yes, I agree with you. Greg from Bettendorf, Iowa. See, I remember. There you go. Larry, we thank you for the CQ calling. Your show is the true side of ham radio. The conditions are just improving. They're still improving. We'll make the calls. Thanks a lot, Greg. I appreciate that very much. You know, I try to listen to what people want to do, and my hope is that we can do it. Sometimes we just struggle, but there are things we can do. I'm not done yet. We can do some fun stuff too. There's a thing called DX on shortwave, and that's fun to do. So let's see if we can pick up somebody here. We should be able to get 19 meters right now pretty well. So we'll go to AM. Go to AM and let's scoot over to 19, okay? So there is WWV. Open up the bandwidth. It's way too tight. Again, look, say told you. You can just hear it. You can just hear it. And if you use bandwidth like 6 is great. Okay? 6 doesn't sound too bad. It'll pull some of the QRM out, especially if you tune everything in straight. Oops, hold on, sorry. There you go. See? Very nice. And that's WWV. And that, you know, even if a bad day, work on your receiver skills. You'll be surprised what you can do. You know, you'll be very shocked. Let's move around here. We'll see what time it is first. We'll wait for somebody. There's Jane Barbie.
22 minutes, coordinated universal time.
You hear that? That is only Jane Barbie. That was not WWV. That is only WWVH. That, hey, right there, what we just heard is a rare thing. Because Fort Collins is only about 800 miles, but that's Jane Barbie right there on basically 31 meters. Sorry, that's 19, excuse me. Fantastic. Just Jane Barbie in Hawaii. Again, that's out of Kakaha, Hawaii, southwest corner of the island of Kauai. And they beam all of the Pacific. So let's see if we get one more time. If we don't hear the guy, we know we're just getting propagation out of Hawaii. So awesome. This is off of Cal's antenna, the DX Commander Classic. And yes, it is. Just Jane Barbie. You can't hear WWV. Amazing. That is cool. Now that's a cool thing, you guys, that just happened. That's neat. So that's a neat thing. That's something that, you know, doesn't happen very often. Just coming into Hawaii. That's it. So we'll be on 31. Sorry, I keep saying 31. 19 meters. We'll see if we can pick somebody up. Conditions for shortwave should be just about the same, but often you can hear somebody. And most of the time, during the daytime, when conditions are really bad, go down. Just go down. Right in here, you're going to start finding some signals, and they're great. See? And here's where you work on just your receiver skills. Tighten up the receiver. See? Just simple shortwave. Scruffy's here from Australia. Victor Kilo 5, Sierra Charlie Romeo. Welcome, mate. Great to see you. Thank you. Another one here. See, listen.
Con esta sociedad cerrada, al final del día, por primero que circulación.
They're just all over. It's fun. This is fun. Hear it sound better? Beautiful. There you go. You know what? There's never, ever a wasted day on the radio. Never. You know, even if you have a hard time making calls, and for people that are new to ham radio, don't get stuck on amplifiers. That's the best thing I can tell you. Just don't get stuck on it. Work on antennas because you'll have more of an antenna, especially if you get a directional, because you'll be able to hear better too. So just something to think about. All right, we're going to close the show. I do have a great sign off for you, and also an Easter egg that you'll love afterwards. This is the way we do things here. We always, honor broadcasting, so we always go with a sign off. Can you hear them at 20 WWVH? Let's see. Hold on. I don't think so. Conditions are not very good, so I would say probably no, but let's take a quick look. Hold on, Sean. We'll find out. 20 megs. And again, progressive tuning on ICOMs are great to have here. Let's get there real quick. See? Not a thing. Now, 15. Let's see if we can get 15. Probably should. Should be able to pull up the 15 one. At 15 megahertz, probably can get them. But who knows? It's pretty wonky conditions. Here it is. See? So there's the 15 meter for 15 megahertz. And it's interesting. Sometimes shortwave can help you determine if you can work or not. It's just a good tool. Where you're hearing shortwave, you should be able to make calls. It's just it's the same ham bands, same thing. So there's your frequency. Amen. Antennas are better than amps every day of the week. So young hams, please just spend your money towards a great antenna, make it resonant, and you'll love it. You really will. The thing that bothers me when you build antennas, sometimes things happen. They just do. Somebody, the lawnmower goes over your ground radials. That's a good one. Or you just have a problem where the weather kind of messes it up. Just build it the best you can, and then make sure you keep it up, because antennas don't always stay perfect, but a wire can work either world. Thanks a lot for that, Alaska. That's cool. Scruffy tried to make your live yesterday. Got up at 5:30 in the morning and waited. Then I waited some more. Didn't pop up for me until I saw streamed 14 hours ago. So happy belated 300th show. Scruffy, that's really nice. Thank you. Thanks. I mean that. Thank you. It's very kind. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. What I always tell people when that happens is please reset, your YouTube, and then, reset your phone or your tablet, whatever, and then make sure your notification bell is on. And then the other thing too, it can get people, is in your settings, make sure your notifications are on, because a lot of phones, they aren't on. So that'll help you in the future. Wow, we've been here for an hour, 8 minutes, and 30 seconds. Bang, right there. And it's just, we made one good show, one good call to Alex, and thanks for bailing us out. And that's a really good thing to be able to do. That's coast to coast from Oregon all the way to South Florida. That's right about, I think it was 3,100 miles. So that's a good call. Thank you, Alex. Sean, Alpha India 7 Echo Quebec. Sean's about 100 miles east of me. He says, I'm hearing WWVH 2. Haven't heard that in a long time. Pretty cool. That's the way propagation is right now. All right, our whole passion here, and I wish we could have made more calls, but we will do this again. We're going to get the urban beam up. It'll be up at a nice height, and it's going to rock. I hope it works out well. Is to get you help into ham radio. Hopefully, we want to do that. Find somebody like the American Radio Relay League at www.arl.org. Please hit the contact us bar. Let them know you want to be in ham radio, and they're going to find a ham radio club close to you. You contact that club, and then they'll help you get in ham radio. You can maybe try out the radios, see if you like it. You can even go out and maybe get help with a license from them too. That's how I did it. it'll work for you. www.arl.org. If you have a question or a comment for the show, please hit me up at cqhamradiolive@gmail.com. And until next time, this is my favorite sign off. I'll see you soon. God bless you wherever you may be. My name's Larry and my call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Thanks for watching Ham Radio Live. I've sure enjoyed our visit, even though we had a hard time making calls. Goodbye, everybody.
It's time to say goodnight. We hope you've enjoyed Channel 2's programs. However, the World Parade continues on Sky. News as it happens direct to your living room 24 hours a day from the world's leading and most authoritative news gatherers. Tune in now to Sky News on the Sky Entertainment Channel. It's Good Night from Channel 2.
Nou, dit is dus de huiskamer. En dan komen we hier bij de slaapkamer. Oh ja. Met